I'm big believer like the shit must happen
Shit
because
happened. Yeah, shit happened.
there's no other way. Like I always think like even connect with the other people. I don't wish anybody like bad life, right?
Yeah.
But more I live, longer I live, I think it's the only way for you to grow, to understand, to be better person. Like you need to pass some shit in your life. You need to be on the deep fucking water, and you will go out. In the other case, it will not happen to you, right? I think the water is not always like this when we cannot, survive. I think it's good enough when we like, but we go out. That's why we feel like fuck, I survive. And
Yeah.
that's we become stronger, because of the all. Like everyone have a broken heart, everyone have some fucking crazy stupid story,
Everybody,
like
yeah.
everyone. So I think it's the reason why we are better, like why we understand what's been bad, because what's been good, because we understand what is bad. And I don't want to be live on the deep shit and way how I lived before, and that's why it's push us to the better life, better actions.
Yeah. I mean, I have a good life, but it was.
Too good life, maybe
Yeah.
that's you have a soft life, like you said.
No, I have a soft inside,
Okay.
like I'm very sensitive, like super sensitive. So I think a lot of that, the shit that happened would be some things that I would suffer, like I would suffer, but that suffering was by choice. So I would
Where's
choose.
my cream to my latte? I order with the cream. Oh my god! Like, can you imagine?
No, yeah. I mean,
Happen.
it happens, right? It
Like,
can happen.
We're so soft people.
You can
like-
also like, yeah, you can suffer because you feel like you never have enough, or you're not enough.
Yeah.
Or because you feel like everybody's
Perspective.
judging you, or like
Perspective, right?
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of these things that can happen, and to really really fuck you up, is like self-sabotage. It's like you're doing this to yourself. I was doing this to myself. And of course there were triggers, there were some circumstantial situations and everything, but in the end, that was the moment when I actually saw, like, oh my god, like you are on the way to self-destruction mentally, and then I just realized I need to take some very like radical steps. That would be looking for help, just looking for someone who can guide me.
Attention also.
Attention.
Yeah, like if you're looking for the help, right? Like we always like.
I actually looked for something more like someone who can teach me
Okay.
of how to, like, it's like you buy this furniture in IKEA, it comes with an instruction. We don't. So I was a little bit maybe looking for someone who tell me, like, okay, so you can have this manual, like manual of like how to be a human. Because I also, like, when we talk about the realism and non-realism, right now I'm telling you, like, I have this more real grounded part of me, but most of my life I was delusional. Completely delusional, and I like it because that's what makes my work magical, that's what makes my life magical. But I think a lot of people are staying in that delusional part, which is lots of things. I mean, delusional is a very popular term right now on Instagram. You see this a lot, delulu, but like
Delulu.
Delulu, yeah, Delulu.
Like Labubu, maybe. Maybe Labubu came from Delulu.
Yeah, Delulu, but it's
New generation Delulu.
completely Delulu, yeah, because that's how, like, what is real when you look at this Instagram or whatever, like social media, anything, like, how do you know that what you actually think is real? Is it? So
Well, you can go deeper with this.
yes,
yeah.
and it is.
Maybe if you turn off Instagram, you'll be.
I
You'll
had-
be less Delulu.
I had detox. I had a lot of these, but no, I mean, it's I
Because the
don't.
confusion comes from the too much information, and you don't trust enough yourself. That's why you're looking outside things.
Yeah.
The point is, like, about the social media, is give you so much information to make you be like this. Because if you are not sure about yourself, it means you don't have confidence. Then you're looking outside opinion about anything. that's what algorithms give you more. But they give you more to the time when you're more confused. So you need to spend more time on the social media, so they earn more money. So the algorithm is super powerful, and it works perfectly because they keep you on the level. Like, you feel like what you want, but I still need to check again. And it comes from the information when it's called this analytics paralysis, when we don't know where to go, and then we're looking for teacher, but the teacher, it's always, there's plenty teachers, and you're like, fuck, but which teacher to choose?
I was lucky.
Yeah.
I found a person, and kudos to Agnieszka Janczewska. She's my mentor and teacher for 5 years already. And, basically her method is about like being, staying on facts. The facts, like the only fact that I know right now I'm aware of is that I'm talking to you.
Yep.
So that's it. So if in my mind, because, social media is this is where it like went to, but like where it came from is this the way that our mind works. It has this programs and like the habits. It likes to stick to some kind of like thinking patterns, so I could have been thinking like, oh my God, you're looking at me, that means you're judging me, or you're thinking that
the reality is just I'm looking on you, right?
And so like, oh, so you're right, probably now thinking, oh my God, what is she saying? And that's an illusion, because I don't know this. It's not a fact. And then when you stick to these, non-factual things, then your mind can go very...
And even can create the reality what you think of, because if you feel like, oh, I think they talk about me, and then you've already concept in your head, then you create you create the reality based of your energy what you send to them.
Yes.
Right? So
that's what you attract in the end.
Yes.
Yeah, and then even going deeper with this is like, so I've thought, okay, so you're looking at me and you're judging me that I'm, for example, I don't know, I'm saying bullshit. So why am I saying this? It does bring some emotions out of me. So my emotion would be, for for example, I would be anxious or a little bit, like maybe unsettled, right? So under these emotions, there's something even deeper, and those are feelings. And that could be just a simple, feeling of lack of trust to myself, that I know what I'm saying. So basically I've went through this very long journey of practicing a lot. It took me a lot of consistency, weekly, sometimes every day, sometimes I have longer breaks, but it took me a lot of practice to be able to identify yes, my feelings. So not to only be pretending or showing my optimism, or be, sad or upset without the reason of like the idea of like where it comes from, but it's more like, it's not looking at the reason, it's more like at looking at those very specific feelings. So when I'm sad, that's it. So I don't need the reason to be sad. I can just feel it, and then it passes. So it's okay,
like
so
mindfulness,
so the moment I started to feel the pain, I started to be absolutely like joyful and happy.
And I think what I don't like the way like people need to understand, but sometimes I need to say, and emotions, every emotion have no need to be negative or positive, like you choose the way it can give you something. And what people, or like maybe me also, like not always, but happen, like things happen for a reason. So if you can learn from anger, you can learn from depression, you can learn from the bad time, and the things connect with how you feel on this moment. And it's you can always use the time and the energy to get any reason, any purpose what you want. So if you have a bad situation, you can always find the good things from this. And I think it's
then it's just called
emotion.
a situation.
A situation? Like
a situation. Like
it's a situation.
It's a situation. Yeah. So
you choose if it's. I mean, every situation end of the day can give you good things. Always. Like, even if you will have a, like, really shit, deep stuff, even connect with the people, story, and everything, end of the day, you become better person because it make you stronger, If someone don't kill you, like, physically, like, yeah, everything would not kill you, make you stronger, I don't believe what's, because if you stay on the fire, you burn, right? So everything has some limits,
Exactly. I mean, I don't use this differentiation of like good, bad, or better, worse, because that's also like that's judgment. So you already put some of your own
belief system
on what is, because what is good for you can be like not good
because
for me.
You can create any version of reality what you want. It's up to you, definition of what you want to believe. And it can be absolutely true because it's you created,
Yes, but the truth is that anything that happens can make you feel something, can make you feel stronger, can make you feel, can make you feel pain, can make you feel love. And then all those feelings have a place and they belong. And when they belong, they create a whole, together. And, the yin yang, right? So there's a feelings of the abundance and there's feelings of the lack of the abundance. That's the yin yang. So it's not like there's a better or a worse one. It's, they coexist.
Yes.
Together they make a whole, because sometimes, like, if my cat dies, I will not be always happy. I cannot, like, why would I? Like, I feel sadness and it's okay. And that sadness at this moment is the most, and that's the death, right? The death part, that sadness, it's almost like a bliss, because that's how I can feel that I loved this cat, that I loved, and and then there's this pain that comes from, the loss, but it's temporary. And whenever I can feel it, I'm not stuck with this idea of like, grief or suffering, because like I cannot accept the fact that this cat is no longer in my life. I can maybe like try to, like, if I can feel it, I can then accept that this was a beautiful part of my life that I've loved, and this pain can be my signal to my body that it was actually important for me. And to feel it is also beautiful.